March 28th of this year provided yet another chance for American citizens to voice their opinions about the current administration, and according to No Kings Events organizers, there were over 3,300 No Kings events across the planet. And the verdict is in, as more than 8 million people took to the streets in all 50 states and numerous continents around the globe to decry the Trump administration, the Iran war, the grift and corruption, and the horror and murders committed by ICE and DHS on the streets of America. We spoke with Margaret Hostetter, a volunteer organizer for 50501 in Pensacola, Florida, to find out what she expects for the turnout in Northwest Florida today. What's happening Saturday at North 9th and Airport Boulevard?
We're having No Kings 3. And it is at the same intersection in Pensacola, a very busy, large intersection.
So that's like a political hotspot for
Pensacola.
For gathering.
Because it has a lot of traffic, thousands and thousands of cars per day. So we just stand on the sidewalks and express our free speech, and we have had safe and friendly and happy events. And in October of last year, for No Kings 2, we had 3,100 people at that intersection.
So how many are you expecting?
I have no idea, because if we had 3,100 in October, and since October all that has happened.
More than 3,300 No Kings events and protests happened across the globe on Saturday, March 28th of this year, with approximately 200,000 people lining the streets in St. Paul and Minneapolis. An incredible 500,000 people flooded the streets in London, England, to show just how much they love Donald Trump and his right-wing fascist theologies. Around the nation, thousands of No Kings protests featured peaceful participants and no altercations. And with over 8 million people on the streets of this country protesting, you'd be surprised to learn that only 3 people were arrested. But all in all, a completely peaceful protest across the planet. Even some bigwigs from stage and screen showed up. Bruce Springsteen played a concert at the No Kings event in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Robert De Niro commented from New York about his unhappiness with Donald Trump and this corrupt administration. Some of the national quotes that we've seen go right to the core of what this fight is all about. From small towns in Alaska, Idaho, and Florida, just to name a few, to larger towns like Fairhope, Alabama, to cities like Minneapolis, Chicago, and New York, millions and millions of Americans from every walk of life flooded the streets to vent their frustrations and express their devotion to a free, democratic society and believe the U.S. Constitution is the law of the land. Back in Pensacola, Thousands of protesters lined the streets at the corner of North 9th Avenue and Airport Boulevard, waving signs, shouting slogans, and speaking their mind, which is absolutely allowed thanks to the First Amendment, while this regime is trying to claim that dissenters, Democrats, and liberals are what they call, quote-unquote, Antifa cells, domestic terrorists, and America's #1 enemy. We did not say that. The president did, Donald Trump. According to estimates, between 3,300 and 3,500 people showed up in Pensacola to show their disdain for this current administration, the war in Iran, the grift, the corruption, and the horror on the streets caused by ICE and DHS. Will anything change? Will President Trump finally do what is right, correct, and lawful? Will Congress finally do their job? Let's hope that is what happens. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.